All right, well, as we move forward, if you have a question, you can submit it to the group chat, if y'all see that. Again, you're welcome to unmute your mic as long as we don't all talk at the same time. And I'm here to try to make your transition. I don't know if all of you are coming straight from high school, or if you're coming from a community college, or possibly you're transferring from another university. We may have all of you on right now, but I want to say welcome to Sport and Rec Management. We like to say in our program, Dr. Roberts and myself, that if we do this right, you are truly never going to actually work a day in your life. You're going to have fun. Now, does that mean that you're not going to be writing papers, that you're not going to be taking exams, that you're not going to be coming to class? It does not. You're going to be doing all of those things and doing them well. But if we do this correctly, we're going to set you on a course to be successful in sport or recreation or both. And so I am Dr. Clay Bolton. Y'all can see Dr. Pruitt. Dr. Pruitt is our assistant department head. He is from the Pacific Northwest. You will notice from hey, Ray, how you doing, man? That's awesome. So Ray Corona, ladies and gentlemen, Ray Corona, fantastic. Steve is from the Pacific Northwest. By my accent, you can tell that I am not. I am from the Southeast, and by way of South Carolina, born in Georgia, but raised in South Carolina. And yes, I am a true SEC Southeastern Conference fan. So by way of Georgia, the University of South Carolina, and Mississippi State University. So that's the perspective that you will see me come from in terms of a lot of our classes. And Bella has joined us now. Man, we got a crew here. There are no Dr. Pruitt, no Joe Smiths in this class. Some fantastic names. All right. Again, use the group chat if you need to ask a question or if I leave you behind. But here is what I want to say to each one of you. We consider you now to be a part of our family. And that's kind of the way that myself and Dr. Samantha Roberts will engage with you. We will set a high bar for you and have high expectations. We're going to get to know you on a first name basis. And my job is to get you engaged as soon as possible. We may be in an online format like this starting in the fall. I hope not. I hope you are moving in the dorms or moving in an apartment or commuting from home. And I hope we have you in class. You'll likely be in my foundations class in the fall, which you're going to learn everything there is to know about sport and recreation history from that class. So one thing I want to start off with today, just real quick, is this is something that I talk about in several of the early classes, and Dr. Roberts talks about this as well. We are sport and recreation management for a reason. People will say, why are you not sports? I want you to think about it like this. We say sport, S-P-O-R-T, no S, because sport is everything that involves the world of sports, whether it's football, soccer, boxing, bowling, basketball, softball, baseball. That is all sport the world over. And so our degree is sport management, and recreation is also a part of it. So some people are going to do this. I find this to be really funny. Some of y'all right now, your mom and dad is probably saying, what in the world are you majoring in? What in the world are you going to do with a sport and recreation management degree? Well, I'm going to tell you, there are tons of jobs out there. Although right this minute, the sport and recreation world, as you probably well know, is upside down. A lot of people are doing what we're doing right now. People for the Rangers, staff for the Cowboys, staff for the Mavericks, they're working from home, trying to figure this virus out. What I can tell y'all is as soon as this is over and we're able to go back to somewhat regular or normal life, sports is going to explode. People are going to be ready to watch games again. They're going to be ready to work out again. They're going to be ready to have fun again. And we're going to be prepared for that. But anyway, for mom and dad at home that are saying, what are you doing, Alicia or Jocelyn or Crystal? or Gemini or Dana or Bella or Ray, what are you going to do with a sport rec management degree? Well, let me tell you, you could be a college athletic director or administrator at a place like the University of Texas, Texas A&M, University of Oklahoma, or a place like our place, Texas A&M Commerce. We have a very large Division II athletic administration staff. All of them making really good salaries, believe it or not, especially our entry-level professionals on our campus in college athletics are doing well. Now, some of y'all are going to tell me, hey, Dr. B, I want to work in pro sports. Well, we can help you do that. It's going to be a challenge, and it's going to be a long road if you want to work in pro sports, but you can. And the reason why I say that is we have a student who just a few years ago was just like you guys. He is now working for the Miami Dolphins. We have another student who, like you guys, was in the first class a few years ago, finished his degree. He was working for the Atlanta Falcons. He is now in the facility that houses the Oklahoma City Thunder, working for them. So it's pretty neat. Now, a lot of y'all may say, I want to work in pro baseball, or I want to work for a World Cup team, or I want to work for an international organization like the Olympics. Maybe I want to go work for somebody like Manchester United, a crossover in Europe. And we can help you dream big and help you try to get there. But for some of y'all, jobs are going to be found in places like city parks and recreation. I'll give you an example. We have a really good relationship with the city of Allen here in the DFW area. They are the #1 municipal parks and recreation department in the country. We have a great relationship with them. They hire a lot of our students. They're all exciting facilities and programs that they run over in Allen. I don't know if any of you are from that area, but Allen has just about everything you can imagine in parks and recreation. Water parks, indoor natatoriums, fields, complexes, senior centers, every variety of parks and recreation pretty much available anywhere in the country. The city of Allen has that. And there's some exciting possibilities for you in city parks and recreation. Another area that you probably don't even know about yet, you're going to get involved on our campus in an area called campus recreation. And it is intramural teams, leagues, workout facilities, even canoeing and kayak trips, hiking trips, indoor rock climbing, swimming, just you name it, free weights, aerobics. Campus recreation is another exciting area that a lot of our students choose to go into. And so I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg. We also have nonprofit opportunities, YMCAs, Boys and Girls Club, even private gyms and corporate facilities are out there for you to get involved in. I just want to explain to you though and express to you that it's a journey. It's a fun journey. And I want to make sure that you guys all have what you need knowledge-wise to be successful in an area in our chosen field. But I want to say this, we're going to prepare you as best we can. How successful you will be is really up to you. I don't know how many of you played high school sports or are playing sports right now or have been. You know, it really is up to you. You've heard your coaches say that your whole life. I mean, a coach can take you from here to here, but to get all the way to the finish line, it really is up to you. I see Ray shaking his head. That's a good thing. That means he's listening to what I'm saying. There you go. But it's going to be fun. Now, I will say this. You haven't gotten to meet Dr. Roberts today. You'll meet her soon. She is not from the United States. She is from Great Britain, and she has a fantastic British accent. And she is a much better scholar than myself. She's a better writer. She's a better reader. She has a better command of the English language than I do. And she is more scholarly, book focused than I am. I'm more focused on your jobs, your volunteer experiences, your internships. And I'm going to be sort of the practical side of what we do. Dr. Roberts is more of the scholarly side of what we do. We both have our areas of expertise. Hers is in marketing and sports marketing. Mine is in sport law. And that's where I started my career, was in NCAA compliance work in college athletics. So we both come from different angles. Here's what we're going to do though, Ray, Jocelyn, Gemini, Crystal, Kiera, Shay, Dana, Bella, And now Nancy. Hey, Nancy, I didn't see you join. Welcome. If you guys have a question, just put it on chat and I'll slow down. But we're going to challenge y'all. We're going to challenge you to be in class a few minutes early. We're going to challenge you to speak up, to be professional, to be sharp. And I'm going to challenge you to get involved as soon as you can, as soon as this virus is over with. Start looking at volunteer opportunities at your local Y, your local Parks and Recreation Department, even if you could umpire later this summer, if it starts, for a Little League group, if you could teach soccer for kids, if you could volunteer with the Boys and Girls Club, just start getting some experience once this virus is over. One of the things you can do this summer is just start exploring different opportunities, because your volunteer experience and your experience that complements your classroom time is going to be very important if you're going to be successful when it comes time to graduate. Now, here's the other thing. I can't see you guys as far as your transcript, so I don't know where you stand in terms of your grades in high school. But if we do this right, we're going to prepare you to hopefully go on to graduate school as well. And a lot of our students do go on to graduate school. Savannah Rutledge, who was a 4-year starter on our volleyball team, Savannah finished her degree on time. She has nearly a 4.0 GPA. She's been interning for the past 6 months over at the city of Frisco in their sport and entertainment office for the city. Savannah interviewed for a graduate assistantship with tickets at TCU University over in Fort Worth. And Savannah beat out 5 other candidates for that graduate assistantship. The other 4 were from Division I Big 12 schools in the same conference with TCU, and our Savannah Rutledge got that graduate assistantship. And Savannah is an example of someone who played sports for 4 years, still managed to volunteer, kept up with her grades, and beat out students from other sport management programs from all D1 schools like A&M, University of Oklahoma, because of, one, she was really sharp, she was really dedicated in her time management, and she was very aggressive in terms of saying that she could help sell tickets at TCU. So Savannah has tuition, fees, books, 3 meals a day, all the Nike clothes that she can wear, and a $1,500 a month stipend for the next 2 years at TCU. So I tell you all that because Dana or Nancy or Bella or Ray, you guys could be the next Savannah Rutledge. You follow me? You guys could be that next person. I think it's important that we always share examples with you of people that have done it before you. So I hope I haven't bored you to tears so far. We got about 15 or 16 more minutes, but I wanted to tell you this too. You guys can always reach out to me and I will introduce you to Dr. Roberts, Dr. Samantha Roberts. We call her Dr. Sam Roberts. And the two of us will quickly become your advisors in our major. Dr. Kim, she's studying to be a doctor. Mrs. Kim Starkelly over in the College of Ed is going to be your advisor to help you with your core classes or your undergraduate classes. But a lot of y'all will be in my Sport Recreation Management Foundation class in the fall, and that's where we'll get to know y'all. I think Ray has either like had some fantastic coffee or is just jamming. I'm loving it, man. My kind of dude already, wouldn't you say, Pruitt? Absolutely. So anybody got any questions that you want to submit by chat, or if you want to come on one at a time and just ask a question, because I don't want to run out of time without leaving you a little bit of time to ask questions. Anybody got anything? Okay. All right. Well, I think it's going to be challenging. I think it's going to be fun. I hope that all of your families are safe. I hope that you guys have not been overly impacted by the virus. I hope not. And I'm really excited that you have chosen to come to school at A&M Commerce, and that you're going to be with us, whether it's virtual or remotely, or whether it's face-to-face, because I'm going to get to know every one of you by first name. Again, we consider you guys to be family. So, and I know you're nervous. I know you're worried about where's the world, what's going to happen next. I can assure you we're going to be here. We're going to be teaching classes. We're going to be doing things. And before long, we're going to get back to playing sports, and things are going to return to some sense of normalcy. I guarantee you, for me, I'm washing my hands more than ever before. And I've got 5 or 6 different masks. Dr. Pruitt doesn't know this. My favorite mask to wear outside the house is my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mask that was made by a mother and daughter in my neighborhood. It's so cool. It gets a lot of reaction. So I'm getting through it. So let's see. Okay, Khalil says, sorry I was shut out. Hope I didn't miss too much. You didn't. And Ray just asked a question. When do we start applying for our course classes? Okay, what you'll do is Kim Scar-Kelly is the advisor that's going to be helping y'all with your core classes. That'll be classes like English, math, sciences, history, art, signature class, that type of thing. What Ms. Scar-Kelly knows is that my preference for y'all that are coming to join our program, I would like for you to be in one of our foundation classes in the fall. I'm teaching 2 sections right now. It is Foundations of Sport Rec Management. Dr. Roberts and myself will see you, get to know you pretty quickly, but Kim Scar-Kelly in the College of Education will become your advisor. If you don't hear from her, I want you to take this down. I'm sorry, I had a slide I was going to put up for y'all, but it's not integrating since I am not the Zoom inviter of this meeting. I can't get that to put up. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Go ahead and write this down or put it in your phone. It's real simple. My email address is clay.bolton, and you can see my name right there by my face. I keep rocking in my office chair, but clay.bolton@tamuc.edu. If you will email me, Ray, and anybody else, I will help you. And Dr. Pruitt just put that up. Good. Before I could even do it. Look at that. See? We'll make a good team. All right. Let's see. Gemini says, do I have to major or minor in sport to do stuff like helping the football players and et cetera? The answer to that is no, you don't. But in order to, a lot of times to get involved with athletics, it helps if you're in one of our majors. So if you're considering our major or minor, if you're thinking about something else, let me know, and I'll help you through that. No, you do not. There are plenty of students that work as managers with different sports that are not one of our majors. If you're going to be a trainer, typically you're going to have to be in one of our programs in health and human performance in our department in order to work with athletes in that respect. So, okay, so Kira says, like in high school, are we still taking gym like a class? You know what? I'm going to let Dr. Pruitt answer that one.
Thanks. What's wrong with gym? I mean, that's my moneymaker. No, you know, it all depends on obviously the major that you choose in sport rec management. They do not have basically a gym class or a PE class, activity class. That's a requirement. The closest one would be the adapted PE class that I teach, but that would be part of your electives. There's a group of electives that you can choose from to kind of round out your program. But we do also offer various minors with that. That's something I'm not sure if Dr. Bolton had mentioned with, you have your, sport rec management course load, but then on top of that, you can choose a minor. And Dr. Bolton, if you want to jump in and kind of explain the minor situation with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, what we typically recommend for students to do is to, if you're in our major, if you're in sport recreation management as our major, your minor typically would be either general business, marketing, or management. And the reason for that is our degree is more or less a business degree packaged with sport and recreation. I mean, we are training you to be a manager. So it's important that you have a dose of accounting, economics, marketing, those type of classes, even finance as well, because we don't want you, like in Ray's case, I keep seeing Ray's face there, and he's listening to what I'm saying, which I already like. Ray's already going to be a rock star just by his head shaking. I don't know what Ray wants to do long term for a career, but let's say Ray says, I'd like to work for Lifetime Fitness, which Lifetime Fitness is a very good public fitness facility that are all across the United States, and they're mostly in affluent suburban or metropolitan areas. So they're a very good firm to work for. But Ray wouldn't want to be just a front desk worker, somebody folding towels, or someone doing schedules. We want to train Ray so that he gets a chance to be the manager of a Lifetime Fitness with his own parking place and making this six-figure salary. Am I right, Ray? Exactly. So we don't want to just train you to, if you go to work, let's say for the Texas Rangers, your first job might be helping out with concessions, helping out with the suites where you wealthy and famous people get to sit for the games, or you might be someone that's selling tickets. We don't want that to be your last job. We want your job to be in the office, to be in management. It's important that you always remember that's our degree. Now, there are several classes you have to have that are required electives that go along with our major. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about Dr. Pruitt. See, Dr. Pruitt coached for a long time. He worked for the Seattle Mariners, and he does cool things like he teaches a class in adaptive PE where you learn how to actually have a basketball team in a basketball game, or in our case, a tournament, where you are in a wheelchair and you are simulating what it must be like to be an athlete with disabilities. He teaches some cool classes like that. You're going to get a chance to take those classes. And for some of y'all that want to be college coaches, you want to coach on the college level, you are going to have a chance to be in our major as well. Now, if you want to be a coach in high school, that's going to be more Dr. Pruitt's realm, and he can talk to you more about that. But if you want to be a junior college or a college coach, our degree is typically the degree that people choose, but you're probably going to load up on classes like his individual sports class, his team sport class, that type of thing. Okay, so I see where Gemini says, I'm going to be a business major but want to minor in sports. That's cool. That's fine. You'll have a chance, Gemini, when you start and go through actual advising for classes. You will start by taking your core classes, and then you'll be working with a business advisor on your classes in the major. And then either myself or Dr. Roberts will be your minor advisor. So you will have several classes with us, and people do that as well. We have some people that are business majors that minor in our area, and then the reverse is true as well. And we have a lot of students that get our degree as an undergrad, and then they go on to get an MBA in grad school, which is also another way you can do it. So, and I don't know if I mentioned that or not very plainly, we have students that have gone to law school now that are in grad schools all over the country. If you guys are college basketball fans, we've had a student who graduated with nearly a 4.0. He is a graduate assistant at Gonzaga University. They've been in the NCAA tournament now for a while. They were sort of a little Cinderella school for a while, and then now they've been a power in college basketball. He wanted to go somewhere in the country that was larger than life as far as college basketball that was on the map, and he wanted to go all the way across the country where Dr. Pruitt's from, so he went to Gonzaga. So it's crazy. So yeah, Gemini, we'll be good with you if you're a major or a minor. It doesn't matter. We'll help you try to have a great career no matter what you're doing. So, all right, anybody else got any questions? We got about 4 minutes left before they close down our meeting, and so I want to be careful to answer any of the questions that you might have. Anybody else got anything? Hope I haven't given you too much detail. Hopefully haven't driven you crazy. So you guys will be, I don't know the size of our class this year, but typically we have anywhere between 25 and 40 incoming students each year in our program. That's been about typical for the last 5 years that I've been here. And again, that's a variety of folks. You will actually meet some Division I transfers that are athletes that maybe were at places like Arkansas or Oklahoma State or somewhere like that, and for whatever reason their career didn't work out, and they've got a year or so of eligibility left, and they're from the Dallas area or from Northeast Texas, and they'd like to come continue to play sports. We have a fair number of those students. We have a great number of students that come from Collin Community College or Paris Junior College that may or may not have played athletics for a year or two. And then we have a number of folks that were in high school that were either big sports fans, or maybe they played multiple sports, maybe they didn't, that want to be in our major. So here's something else to know. We're going to make you talk. We're going to make you stand up in front of the class and learn how to present. And the first day of class, when you have me, I'm going to ask you why you chose our major. And I'm going to make you go beyond saying, oh, Dr. B, I've just always loved sports. I played sports since I was a kid. That's all of us. Dr. Pruitt loves sports. I love sports. But it's got to be more than that to be in our major. It's got to be a little bit more than that. But anyway, well, in the time that we have left, again, I just want to be sure you got my email address. Dr. Pruitt was nice enough to throw it up there, clay.bolton@tamuc.edu. I try to check that multiple times during the day. I've got my iPhone usually on me no matter where I am. Usually I will respond to you very quickly. I try to get back to you within a couple of hours, certainly within 24 hours. There's nothing worse. My pet peeve is people that don't return emails and don't return phone calls. So I like to put myself there. So if you don't get me right away, feel free to blow me up again. Say, I'm not hearing from you. I need to talk to you, and I will get you to the right person if I'm not the right person to answer your question about our campus. So, all right, guys, we got about 3 minutes left. The last thing I want to say to you is if you are still finishing up high school, I've got a high school junior. She's in an online environment like you, and she's just about done with everything, and she'll be a senior next year. And I also have a college junior who is an architecture major at Mississippi State University, and he is finishing up his last exam tomorrow. So I do know what you're going through, even if you don't think I do. And Dr. Pruitt there is smiling because he's got teenage high school girls as well. So we all know what you're going through, but you're about to be high school students no more. You're about to be college students, and we're going to treat you like the college students that you are. So you miss class, I'm going to blow you up. You miss an assignment, I'm going to blow you up. And I mean, I will find you. I will track you down. I will find your cell. I'll find somebody who's on a team with you. You bet I will find you. We are going to hold you accountable at our place. We're going to love on you and try to get you to be your best, but there is no place to hide in our program. Dr. Pruitt, you were going to say something.
Yeah, just going to kind of a wrap up just to say thank you guys for taking time out to come and listen to Dr. Bolton. Fabulous program. When he started, 6 years ago, 5 years ago?
Almost.
We had about 10 or so students coming in each year. That has now tripled, quadrupled. This is his passion. He has a hard time bragging on himself, so I will brag on him, especially as his semi-supervisor. Revitalize the program. The internship opportunities that he talked about are fantastic, I would say better than anything in the DFW area, maybe even better than most schools in Texas. So that in itself, all of our classes, no matter what program, we preach involvement, application, real world application, and having somebody like Dr. Bolton who has been in the real world and now coming back and sharing some of those secrets, sharing a lot of stories, I think is a great opportunity for those of you who want to get into this field. So that's all I got. Bolton, back to you.
Thanks for that. Hey guys, we do have some fabulous partners in DFW, people that are on our advisory board, like the VP for facilities with the Rangers, the director of player relations for the Mavericks, some of the folks at the Rough Riders, and the senior associate AD at TCU is on our advisory board. We got some great partners. We have some great opportunities, but they're only as good as the work that you put in. So I look forward to getting to know y'all. I look forward to pushing you. And I really look forward to the day that you graduate and that you're out there working in our profession. So have a great rest of your summer, and we'll see you soon. Email me with questions, okay? Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.